naroon ang paralisang kalagayan. Yan ang pinuntahan ko. At doon
ayaw mo pala.
Hindi sure tayo doon.
CA, 21 anyos, musician. Galing sa Marist School Marikina, hindi ako nagsimula ng music, hindi ako nagsimula mas maging close kay Papa Lord. Grateful ako kasi dami natutunan doon. Doon ako natutong maging harabas, doon ako natutong maging polite, doon ako natutong maging ano. So actually, doon talaga conducive para sa isang bata. Musically, 8 years na ako musician. Yung music ko ang galing sa mga bagay na masasaya. Yung mga inspirasyon ko, yung mga bandang masasaya. Hindi naman porket maingay kami, ay mga pinapahinggan ko, masama ang loob ko. Masaya lang talaga. Kasi iba talaga kapag masaya ang music. Nakakapag-connect sa mga tao. Hindi ako super religious, pero kumbaga sa ano, Papa Lord ako, Papa Lord. Yung music namin sa simbahan pare, maganda. Pero minsan, nagiging nakanto ang lalabay. Siguro, gawin natin mas buhay, mas moderno, tama ba? Mas modern. Okay yung luma. Dahil lang natin mag-adjust kasi yung mga bata hindi mag-adjust para sa atin. Kasi kailangan natin yung yung church. So, tayo na mag-appeal sa mga bata. Kasi wala silang moral background. Susunod. Tayo umabot sa kanila.
Ano para sa EA ang worship?
Early Vatican I pa kasi Vatican I sa mga 1950s pa yan. So, yun talagang mode of music lang ng Vatican na inaalaw is the Latin and the Gregorian chant. So, yun talaga yung main na music ng church natin is the Gregorian chant. So, hanggang ngayon yung ginagamit sa Rome, Gregorian chant. And after that, nung nag-Vatican II na, so nag-convene sila. So, after dong convene nila, so inalaw nila na yung mga iba-ibang mga language, like the English, the ibang vernacular sa Pilipinas. So yun, so maraming mga nangyari doon, yung maraming mga oppositions dahil hindi ito yung mode ng music natin, ito dapat Gregorian chant, ito lang dapat. So habang tumatagal, natanggap. And after that, sa Philippines naman, in the 1960s, si Father Eddie Villanueva pala, si Eddie Hontiveros, si Father Hontiveros sa Ateneo, siya yung nag-start talaga to write songs for for the Philippines. Kasi nung time na yun, wala pang music for mass ng Pilipinas. So, after nung nag-start, nung nagkaroon ngayon ng Cebuano, Davao, Ilocano, English, Tagalog. So, yun nag-start na si Father Eddie Hontiveros and si Father Nemike. So, nag-evolve na yun hanggang sa dumating na si Father Manuling Francisco. So, yun yung nakilala natin. So, habang tumatagal, so, naging mga condiman type pa nun, ng 60s. So, after the condiman type, nag-shift na siya into pop. So, pumasok na ngayon si Ryan Gabian. So, doon nag-evolve yung music.
Music is the language of the soul, you know, from our primitive prehistoric ancestors. You know, they were already beating drums. They already had this you know, rocks and tree trunks, and they were pounding on them. And there's something in the first music ever invented by man was actually worship. It was just trying to connect to the supernatural, to the divine. And then later on it became for entertainment and for celebration and all of that. But I think that's why, to answer your question, when you pray and you sing, there is something so innate, so natural in us that music makes us cry, makes us happy, makes us sad. There's an indelible link between music and our emotions. Most decisions are emotional decisions, even if we think that they're logical. Actually, what happens is emotional decisions are made, and then we look for logical decisions to support those emotional decisions. So music, because it touches the emotion, can definitely impact one's decisions. And if you are inspired by music, if you repeatedly hear worship music, Christian music, gospel music, music about loving God, music about loving others, music about emptying or surrendering yourself to God, music about asking for God's blessing. So definitely you do impact your decisions, and therefore it will change your future.
Ang singing and praying ay parehong kinukonsider ni St. Augustine. Sinasabi nga niya, ang pag-awit ay 2 beses ng pagdarasal. Subalit, talagang tradisyon talaga natin ang umawit at magdasal one after another. Meaning, meron tayong dasalin at meron tayong mga panalangin na kinakanta, bahagi ng ating tradisyon bilang Catholic Christians. Halimbawa, noong araw, pagka-tradisyon halimbawa ng mga kanununuan na natin, nang iba, pagka pinaramdaman yung love nila doon sa nililigawan nila, inaawitan nila. Hinaharana nila yan. Kahit pasintonado, may paramdam lang nila yung awitin sa awitin nila, yung damdamin nila sa minamahal nila. In other words, ang pag-awit ay sa expression ng damdamin mo.
Another form of praying would be the kind of worship that we do. Pero to say that it's a replacement with our traditional prayers like the rosary, hindi. You don't replace that. But then again, it's something new, it's something different that we could use. It's also a form of prayer that we can do. So sa akin okay lang, especially nowadays na talagang we want to reach out to younger people. So yung ganong music, rock music, you really have to just speak their language. If you want to reach out, if you want to talk to them, you have to speak their language. So that's one way that you can use. But as a replacement, I don't think it's a replacement. It's just a different form na pwede rin gamitin. Effective, especially to the younger generation.
The young, they're very impressionable. Meaning, kung saan sila na-impress, dun sila titingin. Di ba? So, you put a young person, a teenager, in front of something that is dynamic, a moving object, he will move his head. Let alone give him a plethora of sensual stimuli, sight, sound, even the smell of the atmosphere. You put him there, and he will be impressed. So I think it's natural that because the young are impressionable, if he or she likes what he sees, then they will go there.
Marami expressions sa Catholic Church. Dalawang extreme, dalawang dulo. One is called conservative, the other one is liberalism. Yung mga conservative, ito yung mga matatanda na gusto nagdadasal lang, nakapikit ang mga mata, dasal lang ng tahimik. Yung liberal naman, ito yung panahon ng mga 1980s, nagdatingin yung charismatic renewal communities na talagang praise the Lord talaga, hallelujah, praise the Lord, talagang sumisigaw, umaawit, tapos like awitin like, ang buhay ng Kristiyano ay masayang tunay. Ito yung mga panahon 1970s, 80s. Ngayon, ito mga panahon ito, mga 2000, 2010, 2015, panahon ng Hillsong. Halimbawa, sabihin ng Hillsong I will be still, knowing you're God, you're my God. In other words, yung pag-awit na gano'n, na mga Hillsongs, ito yung mga awitin ng kabataan. Ito yung mga taong nagsasayaw. Nakataas sa kamay, umiiyak. Ito yung mga bahagi ng liberal o makabagong expression ng kanilang panalangin. Yung mga sinauna, yung mga traditional sinasabi, nakaluhod, tahimik, nakapikit. Napatanungin mo ako, ano mas maganda sa dalawa? Wala mas maganda sa dalawa. Sa panahon nila, ito yung best expression ng kanilang pakikitungo sa Diyos. Sa panahon ngayon, ito yung best expression ng pakikitungo sa Diyos. Ilalagay ko, yung expression nito makabago sa makaluma, baka hindi na ma-appreciate. Hindi sila makapagdasal. Ilalagay ko yung expression ng pagdasal nung sinauna sa makabago ngayon, baka hindi ito makapagdasal. Kuminsan, ang pagdasal napapanahon. Kung sino yung kultura na nakagis na nila, yun ang kalang way yung pagdarasal. Pero isang kabataan, malakas yan and very expressive. Dangat nga lang, kailangan kabataan, kaunting gabay, kaunting inspirasyon. Kasi pag nagabayan mo sila ng inspirasyon, they can do anything for God. At sila yung madalas magsayaw at tsaka mag-express ng puso nila na siyang ikatutuwa ng Diyos sa kanila.
I founded Light of Jesus 35 years ago, 1980. And through the years, we started trying to reach more people, bringing them closer to God, and we want to target the unchurched. And so we created this gathering called the Feast, and we multiplied it in different parts of the world. What we want to do is reach the unchurched, and 15% of Catholics go to regular Mass. 85% no longer go to Mass. That's what surveys says. So we want to reach that 85%. So we want to speak their language. We want to address their concerns. And so I guess that's the difference. What's the same is that both of them is an experience of God. You go to a parish, you attend Mass. There you meet God. At the feast, same thing. You experience God. There's also Mass, and there's worship, and there's a teaching, and there's fellowship. So it's the same experience of God, except that I think we're using the language of the unchurched. So that's the difference.
So EA, papayag ka ba kung yayayain ka namin magsimba sa Catholic Church din this Sunday, pero medyo may different lang na approach?
problems. Ako din. Lahat tayo may problema. Lahat tayo nahihirapan sa buhay. Minsan, iniisip natin na suko na lang tayo eh. Pero brothers and sisters, I believe that God is with us. Nandito siya ngayon at sinasabi niya sa'yo na mahal kita. Kung lahat ng tao iiwan ka, si Lord, hindi ka niya iiwan.
Amen.
I believe in that. And I believe that God's speaking through me and saying to you na, anak, mahal kita.
Amen.
Our God is great. Our God is all we need. Yes, Lord, we praise you, Lord. In the name of Jesus. I praise the Lord, my soul. Lord, my God, how great you are. Yes, Lord. You're clothed in majesty. I sing unending hymn of praise. You set your throne firmly in a solid rock, and it will never be moved. Your glory and your goodness blesses my soul. And it covered the earth with sin. From the sky you sent your blessings like a rain, and the earth is filled with your glory, like the sun blazing in. I sing and lift our praise. Lord God, Jesus, glorify you. In times of darkness, I shine. I won't lose faith for you, oh my God. Oh yes, you, oh my God. Your overflowing grace is all that I need to arise. You set my feet firmly to the ground, and it will never be moved. Place your arms around me like a rose, and it covered my shame. From the sky you sent your blessings like a rain, and the earth is filled with your glory, like the sun blazing in. I sing and lift my praise. Brothers and sisters, no matter what trials you're going through, no matter what problems you're into right now, I say to you, the Lord will bless you. The Lord loves you so much. Hallelujah. We sing and praise you, Lord God.
Masarap pare, masarap yung feeling. Masarap. Ang galing. Hindi ko nararamdaman sa ibang klaseng music.
Our God is great. We sing 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 our God is great. From the sky you sent.
Parang pinaramdam siya sa akin via the people around me. Oh, matindi yun. Naramdaman ko siya sa mga taong tumutugtog. Nagkaroon ako ng connection sa isang bagay na hindi pa ako nagko-connect ever.
From the sky you send your blessing like the rain, and the earth is filled with your glory, like the sun blazing in. I sing and lift my praise. I still
Babalik ka ba sa feast if ever given?
Babalik? Oo. Bakit hindi? Bakit hindi?
Yung message naman ni God is always true. So in whatever forms, that's God's message. So mapa traditional way or a more new way that you younger guys can relate to, it doesn't change. So it still is the same message that comes from the Lord. So it's powerful in whatever way it is.
Actually, pagka medyo nagkakaedad na, binabalikan mo yung awitin mo nung araw na sinaging bahagi ng paglaki mo, pag high school mo, pag college mo. When you reach 40 to 50, binabalikan mo yung mga awitin yun eh. Bakit? Kasi doon mo nakikita yung pagbabago ng pagkatao mo. In matters of yung Catholic faith, in matters of singing, maraming tao nagkaroon ng expression ng kanilang inspirasyon because of singing.
You know, your heart was made to connect to God. I really believe that we're made in the image and likeness of God. So there is a God-shaped vacuum in your heart. You long for God to visit you and live in you and dwell in you. So when worship music, because it's about God, there's something there that registers. It's like the frequency. You hit the frequency of the heart, because I believe that the frequency of the heart is God. It's longing for God. And so when something speaks about God, it's a connection with God, it resonates.
Sa panahon ko, gusto na ng mga kaedad ko para ma-hook. Kasi marami sa amin, kaya lang ayaw magsimba kasi boring nga naman, nakakalungkot. Minsan, hindi naman boring. Pero hindi siya kasi mas masaya tumambay kasama kaibigan mo, mas kayo magkantahan. Mas masaya yung ganun. So, kung babaguhin natin yung music ng